Good morning. I live in North Carolina and I am very safe. I'm good. We only lost power for a day after Hurricane Helene, but I am a survivor of other natural disasters. I have lost my home to a fire, and I lost my home to an earthquake. When I mean lost, I mean the home was destroyed, not livable, and I had to get out fast. I I really want to share some tips with you. So I used to have a go bag, which is what I created and had when I lived in California because obviously California is prone to earthquakes. What you don't know and what you can't understand when it comes to earthquakes is like there's no warning, right? Like at the Northridge earthquake, when I lost my home in that one, I was literally woken up because the earth was going like this. We had to break our neighbor's door down to get out because the second floor of the building I was on collapsed. There was a water main break and a gas main break, and our everything that I was on the third floor, everything that we owned had gotten tossed. One room, the walls, like it was a nightmare, right? As we were leaving the building during the earthquake, because the water main and the gas main broke in the building, when you got into the emergency exit, it reeked of gas. Like you knew you were in danger. And we got to the first floor, we walked through water to get out of the building and ended up on the street. And it was like 3:30-ish in the morning, and I was only in a bathrobe. And then the building across the street, I think it was down or one was on fire. Like it was total and complete chaos. And then I had nowhere to go. I didn't have a safe space. I didn't have family around. And a few hours later, someone came, an acquaintance friend, a better friend of the person I was living with, came and picked us up and brought us to his grandmother's house to stay because at least that place was whole and stable and no one was hurt. But here are the things that I know that you need in an emergency bag so that you can get through the aftermath, because so many people don't think about the emotional state, that utter terror, that fear, the smell of fear. And if anyone else is like an empath or an intuitive like I am, you can feel everyone else's fear and pain around you as well, right? It's awful, and there is no safe space. Like there's no safe space for you to go to and feel comforted, okay? I want you to keep that in mind while I talk about what goes in this bag. So again, I call it a go bag or my emergency bag, and it is always either in my garage or right in front of my garage. And in it, I always pack these things. This is what you have. Comfortable clothes. I want you to go into your closet, those clothes that you keep that you like, and then I want you to put them in this bag. I want there to be sweatpants. I want there to be lots of underwear. I want fuzzy socks. I want things that make you comfortable. A favorite sweatshirt, like an older sweatshirt, something that like when you see it will make you feel, that will make you feel safer, make you feel better, okay? I want you to pack like for a week. I want you to pack for about a week, okay? So the bag is not going to be small. Just don't worry about that. Overpack. The other thing you're definitely going to need, this is cash. I need you to put as much cash that you can personally afford to put in the bag. Me, I highly recommend $1,000. I know that sounds crazy, but I want you to have that because if you get out and there's no power around you and you have to pay for things, you're gonna need that cash money. If your home is destroyed and you're going to need to be in a place, another apartment, something for a little while, you're gonna need the money, okay? So I know it's a large sum, especially in these economic times, but you will thank me later, okay? The next thing you need in there is all medications that you take. Whatever medication you're currently on, I want you to get an extra supply and stick it in that bag and maybe rotate it out every month. That way they don't go bad, right? So if you have asthma, if you're on hormones, if you have a heart condition, if, I don't know, diabetic, if, I don't know, your antidepressants, whatever medication that you need to put it in that bag. And you need Advil. You need Advil, you need a pain reliever, maybe Tylenol, you need something for that. I also add in the bag, it's called Pharmagaba. It's an anti-anxiety medicine. It's over the counter, you can find it on Amazon, all the good things, but basically it takes this out of you so you can sort of function while you're in a state of shock to get to the next place, okay? I want you to put some batteries in there. I want you to have a battery charger or a battery in there as well. That way, if your phone goes down or something happens, you have a way of communicating. Also, I learned this through the earthquake. You have to find a third party person who can get messages to your family. So when I was in California and trying to get messages to my family on the East Coast, all the lines were jammed. So I actually went to somewhere in a different place to get them the message to my family. And by the way, the only message that I got through, which was horrible for them, was everything is fucked, but I'm okay. Right? So that's really, your family wants to know you're okay. So that is a really great way to do it. The other thing I want you to have in that bag is some non-perishable food. Okay? So like if you have like crackers or peanut butter, not if you're allergic obviously, but like some food that can stay stored that you can eat that doesn't need to be cooked. Because again, you're going to be in a state of shock and you're not going to want to know. You're going to need that. If you're super duper able, something like a knife, a really sharp knife, or even, I know this is going to sound crazy, an axe. Because like, look at these people with all the trees down. If you need to fight your way through something or help get out, those are tools that can really help. They don't have to be big. I'm just saying, knowing that you just have them will make a massive, massive difference. Okay? Of course, you need your toiletries, right? So toothbrushes, toothpaste, some kind of soap to keep you clean. You could put some baby wipes in there. Honestly, like you're going to be so crazy. So absolutely antiperspirant, deodorant, anything like that. If you can like keep some of those sample sizes that you get when you go shopping, a moisturizer or whatever, all those other things, keep them in there. If you are in a really buggy area, bug spray. Like, it sounds simple. Highly recommend a candle and matches too. That way, if you are in the dark, you have this. Now, I know you're thinking this bag is going to get massive. Mine was always a really large duffel bag. So that way it was pretty durable. I could shove it somewhere, but it needs to be in a place that you can grab it and go. Okay? What else do I have to keep in there? I got food. I got really soft clothes, extra power, hairbrush, hair ties. And honestly, whatever you need, like if you are a spiritual person, some sort of prayer, maybe even a blank notebook so you could take notes so you can keep track of what's going on around you, because eventually when you file a claim with insurance, they fight you on everything. Yeah, so those are the tips that I would do from a woman who survived some awful, awful things. And I know what it's like to not have a home, and I know what it's like not to have someplace safe. And if you are suffering right now, I am so sorry. I know so many people working their way to you and trying to help you. And if you could hang on a little longer, it will get better.